I'm going to speak about the current situation with Mimi, how she took down my YouTube page, how she stole all my property, and how I talk about the way her and her mom, you know what I'm saying, set me up, like they were attempting to set me up to get killed. I have all the footage.
I understand what he's saying about helping somebody and saving somebody, and then they screw you in the end. Ain't no worse feeling than that. Hey, welcome back, Motivation Nation. It is your host, Al Gordon, and we back for another one. God sent this video from Omi, not from Omi, but he didn't send it, but somebody sent this video of Omi and a Hellcat. So we're about to dive into it. Apparently, the young lady that he was dating before he went in robbed him blind. Let's let him tell the story, and then we're going to give our opinions down in the comments. So with no further ado, let's jump into this content.
I'm going to speak. Hey, what's up, guys? So, I'm coming down right now. I'm setting up all my interviews. I'm going to talk about everything that's going on. I'm going to speak about the current situation with Mimi, how she took down my YouTube page, how she stole all my property, how her and her sisters, stole, equipment from me, motorcycles, vehicles, sold my vehicles while I was in prison. I'm going to talk about pretty much everything. The way she did.
Okay, let me stop right here, just in case some of you guys aren't familiar with who this guy is. So, a few years ago, especially like right during and after the pandemic, this guy blew up huge on YouTube. He was very, very entertaining. He had something going on every week. He spent a lot of money. He made a lot of money. No one really knew what he did. He blew up very, very big. So I did. I used to watch him, and then he ended up getting caught up in some type of a Fed case. I can't remember the specifics of it, but he ends up going to jail. And so the young lady that he speaks of is a lady that he ended up starting to date before he went to jail. And I remember watching the videos, and when I used to see the young lady, I could just see that she wasn't for him. So I'm not surprised by him saying these things about her, because in my opinion, I never thought that she really liked him for who he was. I always felt that she was only around him because of the lifestyle that he could provide for her. So I hate to say that I'm not surprised by this, but even with that being the case, nobody deserves to have these things happen to them, especially when I don't know the guy person, never met him, but he comes across as a genuine guy, a real caring guy, a guy who kind of wears his heart on his sleeve, and he was really trying to be a good guy to her. So to see this happen to him is actually sad. But anyway, let's let him continue. But I just wanted to give the backstory just in case you don't know who he is. A lot of people do know who he is, but there's a lot of people who don't. So this was for those of you guys that don't know who he is.
Super dirty. I'm going to talk about how I came home to none of my belongings. I'm going to talk about the way her and her mom, you know what I'm saying, set me up, like they were attempting to set me up to get killed. I have all the footage, and
Wow.
I'm going to show you guys. I'm setting up all my interviews because I think I've been very patient. I've been very quiet. I've been trying to spare her as long as I can. And, I took a person that was making $10 an hour, whatever she was making, from Zales, and I saved her life. And for you to go and steal every single...
I'm gonna stop him right there, because this is that smoke detector is in his video, by the way, just so everybody knows. But I understand what he's saying about helping somebody and saving somebody, and then they screw you in the end. Ain't no worse feeling than that. No worse feeling than that. I've had that experience myself, where you help someone and they end up screwing you in the end. And this guy drastically changed her life. And again, like I say, never met him, but he comes across, from what I've seen, as a real genuine, wholesome guy. And I don't believe he deserved to be treated this way by this individual. But yeah, it's no worse feeling than helping somebody, saving somebody's life, and they do you in and act like they did you a favor when you got them on their dying bed. They were crying to you, please help me. Please help. I know that feeling all too well. I know it all too well. It makes you say, But anyway, let's let him go on.
Things that I've been collecting for 20 plus years. My YouTube channel.
Wow.
All right. Like I'm requesting everything from the federal government, the metadata, my cell phone number, pretty much the way that I try to hide assets, the way that I bought the warehouse through other properties that I sold while I was, on pretrial. Like I am going to make this such a big fucking deal. And I think that it's time for this shit to come out. And I've been very quiet because I've been waiting and very patient to see what she was willing to do. But I think that it's time to now blow this shit up and speak about this situation.
When they filthy and funky like that, they willing to take it way further than you could have ever imagined. A friend of mine once said, if you're not a criminal, you can't think like a criminal. Because they're willing to go places that you ain't even thought about. So you can't imagine what this lady is willing to do and how far she's willing to take it.
At least all the conversations that happened inside of that warehouse, because I did have that warehouse under surveillance with microphones and cameras. And you guys are going to see the truth come out in a lot of situations. And I think it's over. It's over. Like I think I've been patient enough. I gave her enough respect. I gave her enough. Not this ain't about subbing anymore. Now this is about coming straight, direct, and straightforward. All right, I'm going to sit down with Sean Cotton first. After that, all the other interviews are going to come in and that's it. You know what I'm saying? The way the taxes were not paid on Reloaded, from her side, you know what I mean? It's a lot of situation. It's a big situation. You know what I'm saying? Not only that, I'm getting ready to report my van stolen, my trailer stolen, because those trailers and shit was under my name when I was in prison, and a lot of things happened. And I try to save a lot of people in the situation. You know what I'm saying? A lot of motherfuckers is dirty, and I'm getting ready to just make this shit explode. See you guys soon.
Yeah. Very sad. But, any anyone who, has put their resources, anyone who's put their heart on their sleeve to help somebody that they thought or think that's their friend. Sometimes people are your friend in an effort to try to hurt you, and they're looking for any and every opportunity that they can where they believe that you've become weak, and then they want to hurt you for whatever the reason. And a lot of that, it ain't no whatever the reason. Let me take that back. That stems from jealousy. Majority of the time, that stems from jealousy. They want to either be you or they want to take your position in whatever it is that you wanting to do, because they don't have the guts. They don't have the heart to put in the amount of work that you're putting in to be successful. So instead of them joining forces with you and working together to build so both of you guys can be great, they want to see what you're doing and bring you down a notch because they feel as though you think you're better than them. So I'm going to show you, when if you're really my friend and you really care about me the way that I care about you, we should be trying to grow together. But you find out far too many times that the people that are around you, that's the closest to you, that have the most access to you, the ones that you actually care about the most, are the ones that's looking for the right opportunity to stab you in your heart and sit there and watch you bleed out. And it's a sad, sad situation. And, I hate it for him with this particular situation, but I'm sure he'll get through it. But anyway, man, jump down in the comments. Let me know if you guys have had an experience like this in your life. Keep the conversation going, because I know I have. That's a different story for a different day. Maybe one day I'll make a video about it and explain the complete situation, because some funky, nasty, filthy stuff happened. Funky, nasty people. But anyway, that's a different video for a different day. Jump down in the comments. Let me know if you guys have ever had an experience like this. I will see you guys on the next one. Out.